Good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right? Hold on, let me check real quick. Sorry. Today is Wednesday, and it is build day 78. Yes, build day 78 on the build schedule out at FELIZ. And today they are going to continue to do those scaffolding. We want to get all that scaffolding up so we can actually start doing the construction of the tie beams for the roof beams and the second floor beam construction. I think they will be continuing some work on the septic tank, and I'm kind of curious about the septic tank because I don't know how they're actually going to do the top portion of the septic tank, but I want to keep a good eye on that and make sure that is consistent and within standard construction practices. And it's possible that they also might be working on those stairs today as well. I don't know when the first stair team is going to be back. I don't think they'll be back today or tomorrow. So anyway, we'll continue to monitor that. Some news. I didn't tell you yesterday. I actually stopped by Briggs construction site yesterday. Remember, Briggs is working on those other two houses that are in phase 1 of the subdivision. And that's the one where we're actually going to do the cooking recipe that we're going to do this week. Actually, we're going to do it tomorrow, which is going to be Thursday. We're going to do the what's the name of it? The pakbek, or let me see what the other name. Well, there's another name for it. I wrote it down. I am terrible with these names. But the vegetable stew, we're going to be doing that on Thursday. That's going to be an early day, because I coordinated with the cook over there, and he is going to start at 8 o'clock in the mornings doing the preparation, and we'll go through the entire preparation and to the final meal. So I think that's going to be interesting from a different perspective, from a Filipino cooking perspective. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, I would like to give a warm, unsolicited shout out to Mang Lulupa Pogi. He's one of the many overseas Filipino workers in the KSA, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, who are making sacrifices for their family. As you know, there are many Filipinos that go overseas, and they work very hard and diligently to provide support back to their families here in the Philippines. And he is one of the many folks that are out there that are watching My PI Dream, and he always makes such really nice comments on my comment section. And I feel your comments, your warm, kind words, and things like that. And I've worked with the Filipinos, because I was an overseas Filipino worker, but I was an overseas foreign worker myself for many years, and I always worked side by side with the Filipinos. I always found kindred hearts and spirits with all of the Filipinos while I was over there. So thank you for your support, and thank you for your support taking care of your families back here in the Philippines. So let's get out to the job site and get the day started, and without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Hi, good morning. Magandang umaga.
Magandang umaga.
Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning.
Where were you yesterday?
In the house.
In the house. Your husband had no time for me yesterday.
Why?
He was so busy. I don't think he likes me anymore. It's because I play better guitar than him. Good morning, Lola, Janet. How are you today?
You're also too late.
No, I'm not so late. No, this morning it's 8:11. 8:11. Oh, the whatever that was you made for me last. Oh, that was so good. The it's like vinegar, like a vinegar inside there. Had a little bit of a sour taste. That was really good with rice last night. Really good. So, what are you making tonight?
Maybe you should try fried fish and one fried fish and two longanisa.
One dry fish and 2 of those?
Fried fish.
Okay, yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good.
Yeah.
I'm hooked for
Good
tonight then.
combination.
I am good. All right. You guys have a wonderful day. See you later. Morning. Do you have anything new? No. Oh, you have some chips. Hi, good morning, sweetie. How are you today?
Up there.
Apart. You too. She's trying. So I'm gonna get I'm gonna get some chips. You always have the good chips. Well, yeah, I'll get two things of chips today. 2 things of chips. 14. Let's see if I have oh, maybe. Okay, hold on. Hold on, guys. I have to get 14. I have here 10, 15. Salamat. Have a wonderful day, guys. See you later. Well, anyway, business as usual here. As usual, every morning they come up here. It's, what is that? It's a little, what, 8:30, around 8:30 time. Up. My stairway crew is back. Hey, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. And so it looks like we're running on full high octane today. So we got everybody in place. The septic tank crew, the stairway crew. We have the form crew over here. And I want to show you something new. I knew they were going to get it. I didn't know when they were going to get it, when my contractor was going to get it. Remember I told you about the round columns, and they were going to be precast. And they actually came in, I don't know, probably this morning sometime. And this is what they look like. This will be the beginning of the round columns for the front of the house. That's what we have right here. And they'll stack these and they'll fill the inside with the concrete mix inside there. But to get that perfect shape, they're going to use the precast stuff that they have right here. So it's, I bet it was a challenge to be able to get these. Was that tough getting it over the top and down? Yeah. So they had to get those, and they'll be doing those for these two as well as this one over here as well. So we'll watch them later on when they're putting those in. So those are the round ones. But what I noticed this morning when I came in, nothing got watered down this morning. And I started over here. You can see these are a little wet, these few, and especially these have to be done. Remember, we just poured these the day before yesterday. These two smaller columns. So I worked on them this morning, and I had my water supply got hijacked for the septic tank crew. So I'll get that back and I'll continue doing the watering this morning. I want to make sure all the columns are watered really good this morning, and then I'll water them again either this afternoon or this evening. And oh yes, and don't forget about the crew, our long lost crew digging to the deep dark center of the earth back in the cistern back there. They are still working back there. So this whole shirt is totally soaking. And that's only from me spraying water, and that not the water spraying back on me, but just the simple effort of just spraying the water out here. And the humidity's up. Remember yesterday, I think there was a lot of humidity in there, and I'd probably say the relative humidity in the air is probably, I don't know, 70% or something like that right now. So I'm gonna go change into my my normal battle gear out here and cool off a little bit, and then as soon as I can get the water back from the septic tank crew, I'm going to continue watering the columns. it is lunchtime, so I'm gonna grab my handy dandy Rocky Road ice cream lunchbox container here, and I actually have I have some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Surprise! So yeah, I'm gonna have some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and then catch up on some of the video editing, answer some of the subscriber comments, and then we'll get back to business as usual out on the build site. So enjoy. I'm going to take this opportunity to do a mini Bahay Kubo session here before the noise starts kicking up again, and I'm going to read some of the questions. I'm going through my comment list for today, and I'm going to try to answer a few, but I'm going to start in reverse order. I'm actually going to go from the most recent and go down because it's easier to scroll down the page like that. So I got a question from or a comment from Jack Pickett. He says, hello James, I'm Jack from the Netherlands, Europe. Working in the Air Force, I follow your dream every day, and I learn often new ideas. I'm also very busy designing myself a house for myself and my wife in the Philippines on Leyte. Every month I have changes for the drawings and find new materials or ideas. My question to you is, have you considered just a steel deck for your second floor? It costs less for a steel bar, less concrete, and you don't waste plywood materials. Is very safe and extra long, extra strong for earthquakes. Yes, Jack, I would love to have the steel plates, especially for everything above the ground level, for the and that's when you would normally use it. And they actually do use that technique over here. Unfortunately, my builder doesn't use that type of material. It's actually what I consider the latest and greatest, and it does save you money, and you get additional strength. And there are houses actually built right here in the subdivision I'm building in that they use those. And if it's the method it's talking about, there's a steel plate, and it kind of goes. It's a kind of a rounded steel plate, and it goes over T-beams, and the T-beams go in between your tie beams. And it's very good, very strong, very efficient. But no, my builder doesn't use it. I asked him about that. But if you are building over here, that's the direction you should be going. That's great. MRMCNA Abbey, Mr. McNaugh Abbey, maybe? Okay, he says, hey James, did you find a guest book for your visitors' guests? Well, you know, I got to thinking, since I'm doing such a good job with the archiving of each one of the sessions with the people being here, I got to thinking YouTube is going to be a great place. YouTube is my guest book. So I actually set up a new playlist. You see, I have a Villa FELIZ playlist. I have Only in the Philippines. I got a Sunday playlist. I have a Cost of Living in the Philippines playlist. Now I also have a visitors to Villa FELIZ playlist, and that will take the place of the guest book that I was going to get, and it will be there forever. I don't have to worry about losing it or whatever. So that's the answer to that question. Akbar Rabaka says, hey, your videos are great, I love them, but please buy a shotgun mic. It will kill all the wind noise. I want to get next time I go up to maybe the Mall of Asia or something like that. I'll take a look and see what they have. There's a really poor selection here. And I looked on Lazada, and there actually is some stuff on Lazada, but you got to remember, when you're using the GoPro, you just can't use any USB connection to it. GoPro has its own proprietary connection that goes inside there, and it actually, here, let me see if I can find it back here. In here, I'm gonna make noise. But it actually looks like, I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like that. So it doesn't matter which way you plug it in inside the GoPro. This is the kind of USB connection, so you have to get one of their, and they're quite expensive. And you can use the lavaliers, or you can use what you call a shotgun mic or something like that, but you have to connect up to that. I'm working on it. Our Philippine Life asked the question, the three of us enjoyed the shopping trip to SM, the view of the streets. Oh, thank you. I always enjoy going to SM, especially for, did you see how many restaurants I got in there? And I don't think I captured all the restaurants when I was inside there. And the second part is about the septic tank. I'm a little confused about the septic tank though. You said there were 3 chambers and the leaching chamber seeps out through the bottom, question mark. It is not vacuumed out to reclamation center. Forgive my ignorance of construction issues, but won't that back up into the yard someday? No? Question mark. So anyway, I actually answered that question online because it was kind of an extensive explanation that I wanted to give so that you understood. But basically, there's three chambers. You have a digestive chamber, you have a secondary digestive chamber, which is a little bit smaller, and then you have the leaching chamber. And the first two chambers are basically to get all the sludge and all the stuff that you're flushing down the toilet goes into the main chamber. Most of the time that settles down to the bottom. All that stuff settles down, but sometimes you get things that float up to the top. We won't go there. And most of the stuff that's going to settle up to the top is going to be in the form of scum. It's just like things that just kind of real thin stuff that just floats on the top of the water. And that's what the secondary digestive chamber is, for that solid stuff to actually drop down to the bottom. And hopefully what doesn't get caught in the first will go into the second one. And those are sealed units, the digestive chambers, first and second. And what will happen is the third one, which is the leaching chamber, once you flush so many times, eventually you're going to have water build, because it's a sealed chamber. And water is going to build up inside there. Solids go to the bottom, more goes, and the water will drop into the second chamber, which is the secondary digestive chamber. Most of the stuff will drop to the bottom of that. And then you'll have a third chamber, which is a leaching chamber. And what will happen is the water will go inside that. And in the Philippines, what they do in a leaching chamber inside a septic tank, they don't put a concrete bottom in it. They put a bunch of gravel. And then what will happen is it acts like a filter, just like if you were spraying water inside your yard, something like that. All the water and the rain, it's eventually going to go down in the ground, keep going, traveling down, and it's going to filter out. And then it goes into water systems, things like that, but it's already clean. It's filtered out water by the time it gets down to there. And that's what happens with the principle of a leaching chamber, the way they build it here in the Philippines. And it will go down, you'll have gravel, it will go through the gravel, into the soil, even clay is porous, although it's more compact, and it will go through all that, and it will end up finding its way inside a water system at some point. But that's the way it all works over here in the Philippines. That's the way it works around the world, pretty much. In the U.S. or North America and many other countries, they have a leaching field. So that third chamber is also a sealed chamber. It can be a second or a third chamber. And what will happen is all that water, it will sit up there and it'll get to a certain point. It will go through a pipe, an outlet pipe, and it will branch off into what's called a leaching field. And there'll be several pipes, and they're perforated pipes, and they go into basically a field, a specific amount of land behind your house, and the perforated holes allow all that stuff to basically do the same thing that the leaching chamber is going to do. It's going to go inside the soil, drain, and end up going down to the water system. But they don't do that I know of over here in the Philippines, and it's an approved method by the city, it's an approved method by the subdivision, and it's the way my builder builds. So hopefully that answers your question. And I often get questions about the pricing of building here in this specific subdivision. This specific subdivision, the current pricing that I know of, the last time I spoke with the market, which was just a few days ago, when Andre and his wife came by for a visit, is they have a promotion right now, and it's 3,400 pesos per square meter. And in this subdivision right here, most of the lots are going, most of the lot sizes are anywhere between, the average size is about 750 square meters. There's smaller ones, there's some down to around, I think, 500 square meters or something like that. And then you actually have some larger ones that are upwards around 1,500, 1,600, something like that. I would have to go back and take a look at it. But there's a variety of sizes inside here. And so if anybody were interested in looking inside there, I would look at the map first, determine the size of the lot, the location, the orientation, and then also one of the most important things is elevation, which is why one of the biggest reasons why we picked this lot here. So anyway, as you can hear, the workers are back to work. They're making a noise, so I'm going to close out. This was a short session of Bayacubo, but then again, it's good because normally they go really long, and then I have to cut the content for the rest of the day for the episode. So we're going to close this out, and we're going to get back to work as usual. So anyway, the big moment of the day. The round columns on the front of the house are going to get filled, and we're going to get concrete inside of those. you were up in the roof up here with my hat wrapped around the camera because the wind is really blowing this afternoon. It's beautiful, it's great, it feels nice and cool, but you know what it does to the camera. So anyway, a couple of my subscribers, Todd and Hazel from Our Philippine Life, they're actually considering purchasing a lot here. So Todd and Hazel, what I did was I ran over at lunchtime today and I did some video footage of that, and it will be available for you after the closing credits at the end of the today's video. I don't want to put everybody else through if they don't want to watch that. So I'll show you the lot that you're looking at, and I'll make some comments on it. Now, how's this for dedication? My builder lets all of his workers off, and he's sitting out here and he's watering my columns and the floor while they're over there and they're relaxing. But he's a good guy. He's a good boss to these guys. Well, anyway, it is the end of the day. We got again a lot of stuff accomplished today, and I don't know if you notice it, but this whole thing, the whole thing looks like a totally different building now with the scaffolding and the columns in the front. The house looks, it's like the Grinch whose heart grew 10 times bigger. This house looks like it has grown 10 times bigger with the scaffolding and with the columns all out in the front. So I'm very happy. They got a lot of work done. We haven't spent too much time today inside the cistern, didn't spend too much time looking inside the septic tank, but there was a lot of work that was done, especially the septic tank and the guys working on the stairs in the back. So, and remember I said when we pour the floor, you're going to see it's going to be a transformation and it's going to go fast, and that's what's happening. Everything's going quite fast. I'm trying to avoid the wind. Every time I turn, I feel the wind blow in my face. I try to turn the camera in another direction so you're not in the agony that I know you are when you hear all this wind blowing on the microphones. And I forgot to put the little wind sock around. So anyway, we're gonna call it a day. Tomorrow's gonna be an exciting day. Tomorrow is the first part of the morning. We're going over to Briggs site, 8 a.m. and we're gonna learn how to cook some Filipino food. And then after we get done with that, we're gonna come back here to the job site. We're gonna monitor what's going on here. Again, they're getting closer and closer to finishing up on that septic tank, and I don't know septic tank construction too much, but I want to be a part of that, and I want to learn, and I know you want to learn as well. I have a subscriber. His name is John, and he's actually from Olympia, Washington, and he's coming to visit out here as well. So John, I look forward to seeing you on Friday as well. So a lot of good things going on here at Villa Feliz. So anyway, I'm going to close for today. I'm going to start putting up all the gear here inside Bahay Kubo and head back, grab some food from Test, and do some editing and get this out to you guys tonight. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and please subscribe if you have not subscribed. And the way you do that is just click on the My PI Dream, the little heart down in the bottom right hand side of your screen, and you will get the latest and greatest videos as I push them, and you'll be notified. So anyway, till tomorrow, which is going to be Friday, which is going to be build day 79. Build day 79 here at Villa Feliz. You have a wonderful day. So anyway, this is the first lot of the 2 lots I'm going to take a look at for a couple of the subscribers here. Anyway, this one right here is here's your marker right here for the side, and this area is pretty big. And I'm not, you already know how many square meters this is, so I'm not going to mention how many square meters it is. And then it actually goes back to the other portion of the. Hi, how are you? It goes back to the other portion of about the center of the cul-de-sac back here. And the nice thing about this is you have one of the pros about this yard is you already have a security fence all around the back. You don't even have to build the fence because the fence is there and it's brand new. Yeah, because I saw them start to build it about 6 or 7 weeks ago, and so that's nice. So you have a minimum investment for actually doing a fence around your yard. So I imagine this portion on the cul-de-sac portion right here, I think this would make a great garden area or a place for kids to play and stuff like that, and it's private and it would be in the back. I would build a house over on this side right over here. This area, it's the largest part, and if you had your house built up here, then you could have it off the road a bit, and you would have a little bit more privacy with a little bit of a front yard. If you tried to build a house over here, it would be a very, very tiny bungalow kind of a house, and you wouldn't have a lot of space between the front of your house and the street. This area over here, actually, you have a lot of room to work with, and that's my recommendation. Everybody has their own priorities and things like that. So, but if I were building here, I would build a house here, and I would make all that area garden and yard space if I had children and things like that. So this is actually, if you want me to evaluate, I say it's a nice lot. I give this a thumbs up for this lot right here.